Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. Here is our mirror setup for the day. Today we're going to take the Spear of Zagreus, which enhances our special attack, damage, and range by 25%. And we're going to go for our 19 heat bounty to slowly build up the spear. I know we have a sword, Darker Thirst, but I think I established in the previous episode, I'm just not in the mood for a sword run. So we're going to take the spear, we're going to take one level of Lasting Consequences, maxing out Jury Summons, Extreme Measures, Calisthenics Program, Benefits Package, and Middle Management. Only 3 levels of Extreme Measures. Now, generally I never recommend taking Calisthenics Program, but I want to do a silly gimmick build with this. I want to build around the Poseidon special and kind of just Poseidon's knockback effects. And to do so, I want enemies to survive the first hit so that they go bouncing into walls and into each other, and we just have some kind of funny chaos going on.
Until you see the seas, nephew. My underwater realm is the most glorious of the world's habitats. It positively teems with life, and it's much cooler there than in that sweaty underworld of yours.
Fair enough. All right, what have you got for us? And we did not get his special. Actually, we got every core boon except for his call-in special. Unfortunate. I could reroll here, or I just kind of take what I get. That epic level title dash really isn't bad for early Tartarus, so I think I'll go that route. And we'll just hope that more Poseidon shows up soon enough, because we'll certainly be bouncing enemies into walls either way. We'll take the Chaos Gate here, get some damage up on our special if we can, because our base special damage isn't that impressive.
You have arrived. Out fears these days the never-ending cycle of rebirth and death for you, a son of Hades. Sufficiently amusing, I should hope.
Otherwise, I'm hopeful for maybe just a boon rarity up. Of course, once again, Chaos isn't taking pity on us either. Chaos is probably worth re-rolling for, since none of this directly benefits the build I want, although more gold would mean we can buy more things later on in the run. I think I'll just take that for now. Can't use my attack, but that's fine. We just dash and special, and we'll go for the keys for re-rolls. Basically, my thought process here is I want to probably get as... Oops, didn't mean to do that. I want to get as much bouncing potential as possible, so we'll probably go the realm of Phalanx Shot again. Or what is it? Phalanx, Thunder Phalanx. The Athena Zeus duo. Zeus has really good duos with Athena anyway, so I figure there'll be a good combination for Poseidon, since Poseidon and Zeus combined gives Sea Storm, which is always great on any Poseidon-focused core boon build. We'll take the coin here. I'm realizing from the last run that I still have my cast set to the left bumper, or the left button rather, but I can manage with this. I think I can manage with this. Realistically speaking, because of how powerful Tidal Dash is, I don't really need to attack, even though I'm like used to dash attacking, and I've already taken like several hits from Chaos's curse as a result. But I can just dash into enemies and they instantly die pretty much, except for these big guys. The biggest reason why Calisthenics Program is rough is because if it hits any enemies with armor on them, they just become giant tanks. And of course, 30% more HP on bosses sounds rough too. Another Poseidon boon this early sounds great, as much as that palm on Tidal Dash would be pretty nice. We know what build we're going around, so we want to kind of lock into that as soon as we can.
Right.
I don't imagine that Poseidon special is actually going to do much damage. It's really the bouncing of enemies into each other and into walls that will be kind of the core of our damage. But that's okay. As many Poseidon boons as we can get, the better. He really just does not want to give us his special. I could take Razor Shoals here, or I just say, okay, we're unlucky 2 times in a row. Let's reroll. Let's reroll once. We got that extra reroll earlier.
Something else.
Please. Wow, he's just refusing to give us his special. He's really being a dick about it. All right, well, we'll take Razor Shoals. The higher rarity Razor Shoals isn't bad for us. And it's one of the tier 2 boons that we want from Poseidon anyway, so I can't complain too much about that. And now on the bright side, because we have Razor Shoals, these enemies that are surviving with like 1 hit left in their HP pool after I dash into them are getting popped, so can't complain about that. It'll help us a little bit with kiting out the louts and wretches too, so as long as I tag them with the dash, they're going to start taking a lot of damage from Razor Shoals. Because especially the louts, they are super mobile enemies, and the way Razor Shoals works, in case you didn't see the text, Kiwi, Razor Shoals does damage to enemies that are moving. It's basically a damage over time effect for any enemies that are moving, which is why it kind of builds around Poseidon's whole gimmick of knocking enemies away. I believe Razor Shoals also automatically activates on any enemies that are bosses, so you don't have to worry about bosses who technically aren't movable. Or at the very least, I mean, even if that is the case, bosses are very mobile entities, so it's still fine. That said, 2 Poseidon boons in a row somehow, which is really good RNG, only to be not given the boon we're looking for, which is bad RNG. It's kind of how things will play out. I get the sense that we're probably not going to get the, bouncing skewer that I want either, which will be unfortunate, but we'll see how this run goes. Hello, guys. as far as gods go, like I said, so... Oh, Demeter. Alright, so Demeter will be the one god that's kind of the outlier. I was hoping for maybe Artemis to get crits, but I won't complain too much here. Out of curiosity, okay, good to know. So when the sneak teleports, it clears all debuffs, like, or all curses rather, but it doesn't clear your cast stone, which is, I wasted the Sisyphus. Oh well. At least it's some HP I can grab. It'll make us a little bit tankier going into Meg, if nothing else. This feels kind of like a dash-only run until I get the boons that I'm looking for, unfortunately. Grab the goodies from Sisyphus, and now Demeter, what are you going to give us?
I trust that harvesting dead souls is not unlike the harvest we have on the surface, Zacharias.
Alright, what have we got? Demeter's Aid special. Man, I would have preferred, out of all of her boons, I want her attack, because we want Zeus's Call, we want Athena's Cast. I could take her special, but that really defeats the purpose of the build I was going for. I think, realistically speaking, I either reroll here, or I feel like it's a waste of a reroll. I probably take Frozen Touch, which is just... Wow, we are having terrible RNG. Alright, well...
Very cool.
Hammer. We'll go for the hammer because we are looking for that bouncing skewer, or that, what is it, chain skewer? I'm forgetting. But the one that makes your special bounce. And I think at this point, if we don't get that, this run is just going to be a kind of... Well, I had a plan. The RNG of the run was just completely denying me everything I wanted, and I had no say in the matter, so unfortunately, it is what it is, and I'll have to play. I mean, I'm going to play no matter what, obviously, but it is a little disappointing when RNG just decides, you had an idea, but too bad. I mean, and that's the nature of roguelikes. In most roguelikes, you don't even get to choose how to build, and Hades is incredibly forgiving in offering you a lot of control over your build path, so I can't complain too much. Alright, hammer, extending jab, flurry jab, massive spin. So, nope, not even any special attack boons whatsoever. Alright, we'll take flurry jab because flurry jab is really strong on the spear. Maybe I just need to pivot at this point. I don't think the build I wanted is going to be the build I get. Palm can only hit the dash, so honestly, like, splash dash with flurry jab isn't bad. Flurry jab does so much damage, like, look at that. Combo that with splash dash, maybe I just kind of go... I could make an argument for Zeus's attack now. Maybe I'll go that, and we just go with Sea Storm's Flurry Jab build, which I've really not gotten to do many runs with Flurry Jab, considering I never really ran the spear in my previous playthrough, and this game has not, this playthrough has not really afforded me many
Gods grant me strength.
Hammer run or Dark Thirsts on the spear.
Blessing.
Right, we'll take the coin here.
Could it be?
Want to get as much of a stockpile of coin
Take him now.
early as we can so we can afford a bunch of god boons later. Well, since our original build path is kind of just dead in the water, I don't really know what I want to do, so we'll just let RNG decide at this point. If nothing else, Splash Dash plus Flurry Jab does seem fairly strong. Maybe I pivot to Artemis and
You lived
Zeus.
through all that.
There we go.
All right, there's a key, there's a mid. This must be the mid shop, I'm assuming? Yeah, we're only 4 minutes into Tartarus. Or, yeah, it's the mid shop, right? Yeah, okay. Another Demeter boon plus Hermes. I think I'll definitely buy the Hermes boon, if nothing else.
Something useful.
Man, we are just... Hyper Sprint actually works really well for us because we're going to be spamming dash a lot. And there's Demeter's attack. Okay, so we'll take Demeter's attack... Oh, wait. I was thinking about doing Zeus's attack now. This is a fairly decent modifier on the attack, though. So it's still possible I could get the gimmicky special build, I suppose. Let's take it. We'll stack up... We'll stack up Chilled real fast this way. Best case scenario, we're offered a trade for like a Zeus attack.
Weak.
But, ooh, okay, we've got a fair bit of damage now. That 76% damage modifier is nothing to sniff at. Okay. Yeah, so basically the moral of the story is with roguelikes, you gotta get used to pivoting your build.
A palm of power.
I think we just keep putting it into Tidal Dash for now. This is a lot of damage on that dash. Alternatively, more damage on Razor Shoals isn't bad. Frozen Touch is completely useless. I'll put it on Tidal Dash and then we'll switch into others. Okay, since that is the end shop, I know that I can take this Chaos Gate and still get the shop afterwards, so we're gonna take it.
In the name of Hades.
Let's see. More damage from... Oh, Dash Strike. Excellent. So 58% more Dash Strike damage is lovely. Yeah, Inferno Bombs are a big pain, but that'll work really well for our build. And then Aphrodite, I don't particularly care for here. We'll go for the shop and see if we can get a different god offered. If it's a mystery boon, I honestly might buy it at this point. Oh, hey, Zeus. Good to see you there, bud.
Don't spend it all.
All right, we'll take his aid. That sets us... I'm pretty sure Zeus's aid can set us up for Sea Storm. Let me just confirm that. Yes, okay, perfect. So we'll take Zeus's aid. And do I want to buy this HP? I don't think I'm going to take that much damage from Meg. Yeah, she's going to be tankier, but we have a lot of DPS, so we should be phasing her very quickly.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Zagreus.
And we're back to square one. Look, I was just trying to get through to you with all the Zagreus and happy stuff, but if you can understand any of this, Tisiphone, I think you're all right just the way you are. Friends?
Friends. I like to think we're friends with Tisiphone.
Friends.
Alright, so you're going to try and start getting her to learn how to say friends instead now? Alright, so she is slowed to heck and back, which makes her very easy to dodge. Our DPS isn't high enough that we can, like, instantly burst her, but that's fine. I just need to make sure that I don't accidentally stand in front of her when she does her big AoEs, and I need to remember to pop my Zeus call, and we just melt her. There we go. Alright. We've got all our eggs in our basket. We have no... This is probably going to end up being one of those Jeff of all trades builds. Nothing that makes it inherently stand out. But I mean, Flurry Jab alone, I cannot sing its praises less. It is...
Nice chatting. Blood.
At least considered by the high heat and and the speedrunning community, it is considered probably one of the, if not the best hammer on
Tisiphone defeated.
on the aspect of Zagreus and the aspect of Achilles. You can't actually see it on Hades or Guan Yu because their charge spin ability is just so integral to how they play. Let's see. I could force Zeus now, or I could force the fourth god. We had kind of committed to the idea of Athena giving us her cast, and then we going for Lightning Phalanx. That said, we have a lot of, like, duo boons we're hunting for. I think I'll still take Athena nonetheless. Just get her locked in. That way we don't have to fight over which gods are going to show up, and we see, like, Aphrodite, Ares, Dionysus, and Artemis showing up and trying to take our boons. Upgraded rarity. If we see Hermes first, that would be great. If we see Athena getting a higher rarity phalanx shot isn't terrible. If I had the option, I would sell
Going up.
whatever Demeter's revenge boon is, because it keeps showing up trying to steal palms from us, which we really don't need. Unfortunately, we didn't do it, and we didn't see it, and I'm not gonna waste a reroll just to get that. Let's see, what have we got here? All right, starting off with gems. Hopefully we see a Hermes first. Because we have hyper sprint, there's a decent chance we could see rush delivery after that.
More wave makers.
Well, we'll see what we get. The other thing that I can remember to do to kind of optimize my damage is since we have... What's the word? Since we have Flurry Jab, I just need to remember that at the end of my dash combo to toss out a cast stone so I can put Boiling Bloods into enemies. Yeah, our damage is pretty solid here. Alright. There's a Palm and an Arabescate. There's Athena. There's Eurydice. Oh. Eurydice could up the rarity of several of our boons, and that wouldn't be bad. Refreshing Nectar is also really good. I think we take the upgraded rarity here over Athena. I just missed that Infernal Trove. I would have grabbed it if I had seen it. Darn it. Oh well. I want Eurydice. I'm going to take her Refreshing Nectar to increase the rarity of our subsequent boons.
Hey, welcome back, Your Royal Majesty. You're just in time.
Because that'll give us a good chance for seeing a really nice rush delivery.
Here you go.
Alright, and there's Hermes. So there's a decent chance of us getting at least an epic tier rush delivery. At minimum, a rare, definitely at least a rare tier rush delivery, which is awesome. But I need to emphasize the damage potential of Flurry Jab on the Achilles Spear in particular, because think about how much damage enhancing the Achilles Spear has on your attack, and it's per dash attack, so you get 4 enhanced dash attacks with Flurry Jab. The damage just comes out so fast, and all you need to do is toss it out, make sure you toss out your special every now and again, which is very easy to do. All right, what have you got, Herms?
Hey boss, not much to report up here, but I've not exactly come this far to bring you news, have I?
All right, Hermes, come on. All right, Greater Haste, Swift Strike, Swift Flourish. I mean, Swift Strike actually sounds really fun to the point where I'd rather consider it over Rush Delivery, I think, but Rush Delivery just does so much damage. I don't know, Kiwi, what do you think? We could see another Hermes on the later floor. We won't get a higher rarity from him then, but I want it. I want to do the attack faster. That just sounds too fun with Flurry Jab. I want to do it. Nothing here I want. Okay. Moving along, let's see what's going to show up. Another Athena mini boss or a mid shop. We can't afford anything in the shop, so we'll take this Athena. Honestly, so far Calisthenics program hasn't felt too terrible.
These witches again.
Yeah, look at our damage. We are just melting these witches. Fortunately, the one downside to being a melee weapon is, with Tidal Dash in particular, is I'm going to push enemies into the... right into the lava and make it much harder to hit them. But, actually... Here, I can just finish this one off with Zeus's call.
My boon from chaos.
I've every confidence that you shall imminently put my blessing to good use.
Alright, well, give us a good blessing then. What is with gods and hearing the build I want versus the build they're going to give me? We're going to reroll for Phalanx Shot and just get that out of the way. Lock up our cold. Okay, we got it at least. That'll lock in our cast, and now we just need the special, which hopefully Poseidon will show up and give to us. Or Poseidon will never show up again, because he was very upfront at the start and was like, I don't like your build idea, nephew, so pick a different one. And as such, we have just been completely scorned by Poseidon, it seems. Also need to point out the fact that so multi-hits and damage both cause you to generate God Gauge. We are generating God Gauge extremely fast, which means I can be tossing Zeus calls out left and right. It'd be pretty cool if we got Demeter's legendary, Zeus's legendary, or Zeus's, like, as much Zeus stacking with Sea Storm as possible, but... Alright, we'll take the Nectar because that could give us a palm level on one of our main DPS boons. But I don't know. Like this feels fairly strong. It'll probably fall off in what is it, Elysium a little bit, especially if I get shielder enemies, because I am so bad at playing a melee build into shielders. But on the bright side, at least we are getting a fairly easy casual sort of run here. Need to remember that I do have Athena's cast, which makes it so we can reflect projectiles fairly easily, and I can use it as a defensive tool if nothing else. I actually did not mean to use it there that way, but it did reflect a projectile. I did not see that wave maker in the horizon shooting at us, so that was just luck.
Take it.
Alright, there was a fish and a shop. Let's see. Move speed, damage from behind. The Hydrolite isn't a bad option, but it's a lot of coin for not a lot of return.
What lurks in the river Phlegathon?
So at this point, I think we'll just take whatever duos we can get, but we're effectively full build for the core of our damage.
That's a bite. A crustacean.
Aside from whatever potential hammer we get in Elysium or onwards. There's the mid shop, there's a palm. We can afford a boon, so we'll take the mid shop here. We're guaranteed to, since we have our full 4 gods in the pool, we should see one of the gods we've already gotten here. Hopefully not Athena. Alright, another Poseidon at long last.
I'll pay for that.
And there's his special. Now, do I care about it anymore, or do I start getting his tier 2s? Honestly, probably better to start getting his tier 2s. At this point, his special isn't the thing that we're building around, right? You deal more damage when slamming foes into barriers, or slamming foes into barriers creates a watery blast in the area that does 150 damage. Both of these are really strong, but I think I'll take the Epic Typhoon's Fury because it's just funnier.
The ocean's fury.
I'm gonna save my coin from I don't need the HP. I think we can pop Lerny fairly quickly, although the Poseidon building doesn't affect Lerny since we haven't gotten his...
Why must we always fight like this, Lerny?
What is it, Great Wave? Basically his boon that makes our knockback effects affect bosses in terms of like increasing our damage against them. Again, I need to be very careful about how I play with my dashes here. Yeah, my dash strikes are super strong, but it also leads me to dashing into lava if I'm uncareful. Or not careful. Is uncareful? Uncareful is not a word. Don't mind me, Kiwi. I am literate. Literally literate. I'll save my cast, or my call for the final phase if I can. I actually meant to use my left button to throw out my cast for boiling blood. Alright, yeah. And the nice thing about this build is we stack up Chilled extremely quickly, which makes it very easy for us to kind of get away without taking damage against these heads, since they're so slowed they can't really do much to us. And that goes for all the other enemies we're fighting too, frankly. So I'm going to use Zeus Calls to kind of speed along the bonus heads, I think. Yeah, we have very good DPS potential, all things considered.
I'm empty.
Didn't need to take that hit. I was dashed away from the first 2 bounces, only to get hit by the 3rd.
Till you reconstitute again.
There we go. I wouldn't say clean Lerny, but our DPS is decent. And keep in mind, these bosses are taking 30% longer because of how much extra HP they have.
I trust you had a pleasant stay in Asphodel.
Alright. I think at this point we force some Zeus to show up and hope that he gives us his duo, and then in the final floor we just take something defensive to make Hades a little bit more tenable. There's Frozen Touch. We're going to go ahead and sell that immediately. Unless it's... I don't think it is, but let me confirm that it is not a prerequisite for any of Demeter's tier 2s and legendary. No, yeah, okay, it's not. So let's go ahead and sell Frozen Touch. That 70 coin will be more useful on literally anything else. And I think I will buy the HP this time. We have lasting consequences, but 38 HP is still quite nice. And like I said, I anticipate Elysium to be the point where we have a little bit of a struggle. Hopefully we don't lose any Death Defiances, but we do have Athena in the pool. We have one of her core boons that can set us up for her Death Defiance refunds. But if we don't need them, that's ideal. All right. We'll go ahead and take the coin. Yeah, I'm not the tankiest Zagreus, but 150 HP is decent. My kind of benchmark for kind of goal for final HP amount is usually around 180. For some reason, the number 180 is very nice in my head. It effectively equates to 3 Centaur Hearts and 1 Darkness, because each Darkness room gives us 5 HP. It usually balances out that way, and for some reason I find the number 180 far more satisfying to see in my HP pool than, than 175, even though I think I like the number 75 better. I think I like the number 180 better than 175. Weird psychology that I couldn't explain, Kiwi. It's just, maybe it's just the number I see my HP being at by the end of a run so often that it's kind of just become ingrained as, oh my goodness, these things are very tanky with their armor. I'm kind of impressed, like, how much damage that thing survived. Like, look, it takes 3 dash attacks to break their armor, and then we one-shot their HP, so their armor is basically triple their HP. It's kind of disgusting. Armor as a whole is just so devastating in Elysium. Alright, triple jab, serrated point, exploding launcher. Your special becomes a shot that deals 50 base damage in an area. Meh. Honestly, I can make an argument for serrated point again. I feel like it's a terrible decision because we proved that serrated flurry is really busted. But on this build, it will come back to bite us. That lack of dash range, yeah, we get... Oh, it's just... I think I still take it. It's too fun. It's too fun. Yeah, we have next to no dash range now, but oh well. We just need Hermes to give us some dashes.
That does not belong.
Oh, I couldn't see the arrow because of the effect that was playing. I took an unnecessary huge hit there. Unfortunate. I'm like, what just hit me? It was one of the arrows. Unfortunate. Yeah, so I have 0 dodge potential. We are just full glass cannon. I can't dodge through this barrier. Oh, that's unfortunate. But look at our DPS. Our DPS is great.
Ah, that's enough.
Can't do that.
One thing that I am realizing now is that we have an anti-synergy with Tidal Dash, because I can't very easily dash into enemies and keep them hit by that without without pushing them away. That's unfortunate. Okay, so this is an anti-synergy now, I know. We'll take Zeus here for some tier 2s.
Zagreus, we won't be giving up on you, so you keep at it, hmm?
We'll keep on keeping on. We'll take Static Discharge here because that'll give us a fair bit of damage. Actually, oh, it only works on Zeus's call right now. That epic tier lightning reflexes honestly might be stronger for us. Yeah, we'll take lightning reflexes. Feels like it's the wrong choice, but it's the choice I'm choosing.
A senseless, punishable choice. But if you wish to face the consequences, so be it.
All right, Athena.
Had to choose.
All right, so basically we need to DPS enemies down as quick as possible because we are just going to be in a fairly glass cannon-y sort of build. So our entire build is centered around the fact that we kill things as quick as possible.
I can't.
That said, if I am taking hits left and right, I am not looking forward to fighting Asterius. Asterius is going to be really rough with this kind of a build. We've done it once before. We've proven that I can do it, but I don't foresee me making it through Elysium without a Death Defiance consumed.
Your father also made some questionable choices, Zagreus. But all of us are family after all.
Especially when I only have 3 HP left right now. What can I even get from Athena at this point? Because I don't have any duo. I can't get duos in a trial room. Almost kind of wish I had taken the Death Defiance here so I could buy this and have the extra use. I can start getting brilliant. No, I can't actually. Okay, I think we'll just take her special and lock in our final core boon slot so that it's less likely that's offered over a duo boon by the other gods.
The Shield of Light.
Did I hear a... No, I don't think I heard a fish, but I'm going to double check just in case. No fish. Okay, no fish. I think we go for the shop here and hopefully see a god we want. Demeter's cute and all, but she doesn't really have anything in this build that I want at this point. Mystery boon. We'll take the palm first.
Give me a better boon.
Lightning reflexes and Athena. Oh, hey, there's everything. Could make an argument for stubborn roots. Not going to make an argument for stubborn roots. We're going to take lightning phalanx. There we go. Now, hear me out. That Charon sack looks pretty fun, but the Zeus boon is just too tempting. I was honestly going to take the Charon fight, inevitably lose a Death Defiance, but Zeus showing up here and offering us a really high tier boon is probably more worth it in the long run. And we got Butterfly Ball, which is great.
Coming right up.
It means I can try and burst down this ball as quick as possible, and by getting the HP from Oldie, that'll keep me from dying a fair bit. Just take out her friends before they reconstitute or respawn, and there we go. Nice, clean Butterfly Ball room.
That's all for now, thanks.
I love it so much when we get Butterfly Ball over getting, what's it called? Over getting Asterius. Butterfly Ball is so much easier to deal with. All right, Static Discharge or Double Strike. We'll take Double Strike because that can set us up for Zeus's Legendary.
Of the heavens.
And then I have enough coin. Let's go for a Palm here, see if I can get it on our attack. We could use some extra attack damage, I think. This is the one instance where I think I will use Lightning Phalanx to its greatest effect, because these enemies are a bit of a pain to deal with. But if they can't touch me, well, that would be a cool thought. Thankfully, even if I don't have much in the way of dash range, I do have much in the way of defensive tools. If I can use them appropriately. I think that one hit me. Kiwi and I always comment on the fact that these guys really do sound like cats when they chase after you. Our special does not do enough damage to one-shot these guys, unfortunate. Thankfully the dash does, actually. Can we stop spawning these annoying little flame chariots in? I still have not seen an offering from a Well of Charon that lets us make them despawn, and we've been hunting for those for a while now. I'll go ahead and drop a Zeus call on these shielders while I'm passing through. All right, we played fairly safe, but we got out without taking damage until just now, unfortunately. No, I'm not going to stop that one from respawning. Yep. Can stop this one, though. The thing about the shielding enemies is I do believe they still... Oh, hello. In typical fashion, I got clipped by a shielder like that. Unfortunate. No respawning. No respawning. Even if I can't actually damage them, my knockback effects do push them so they can take wall bounce damage. All right, we'll go ahead and take that nice 16% more damage on the attack. Love to see it. We're at 92% damage, I believe, now. I do need to be a little bit careful. Gonna toss. Oh wait, you know what? We don't have Lightning Phalanx yet. What am I doing? Oh no, wait, we did. What am I saying? We definitely have Lightning Phalanx now. Actually, now that means I have a reliable way of applying Static Discharge. Now that I think about it, assuming that it counts as an electric move, I'm not actually sure. I should test that. It doesn't drop any lightning bolts, so there's that to consider. But trying to take these guys out, and then I'll stop their revenants from respawning afterwards. I actually think we lost a fair bit of damage by taking Serrated Edge because we can't benefit from Tidal Dash anymore. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We definitely have the damage as long as I can burst down the armored enemies before they get their attacks off. If we get hit, it's a bit of a pain. Archers that can teleport, also not a fun idea. Not a fan. Generally not a fan. I'm pretty sure there was someone who ran away over... There it is. Alright, so you respawn. Fair enough. We are definitely more inclined to take damage now. What we need is an extra couple dashes from Hermes. We get a couple extra dashes from Hermes, and we're going to be in a great position. 10% on double strike, sure, we'll take that. And then I honestly maybe should consider the HP. I'm fairly squishy right now, and I have fairly low HP, but the coin is more fun. It sets us up for some fun things later on in Styx, so I'm going to go for that still, I think. These archers are a bit of pain. And they respawn, darn it. All right, I need to make sure that I take out their revenants before they get the chance to cause too much extra trouble. Trying to play with these walls to my advantage. Honestly, I wouldn't mind maybe trading out for Athena's dash at this point for the extra survivability it gives. The spear-wielding enemies are pretty fast, so I do need to be careful about them, and we got the sort that spawn their fake revenants, which is a bright pain to deal with. Kill what I can ASAP. Like, we have face-melting levels of damage. It's mostly just a matter of we have no survivability. We traded all survivability for damage at this point. Unfortunate. At least I can kill with the special, still. Rough chamber. Big chamber. Ouch. All right, there's the mid shop. I heard a fish. There's a fish.
Fishing time.
We'll definitely have to buy some HP in the shop, unfortunately, but the extra coin should help us afford it. Or we're just not going to get any of that. Maybe we get Palm, Darkness, and a God. Would be unfortunate if that were the case.
Another clam.
But not not unexpected. And we don't have Patroclus this run from the looks of it, because this is not our mid shop, this is our end shop. Poseidon, how kind of you to finally show up. We did get HP, so I'm going to go ahead and use the palm first. Put that on. I guess we'll put it on Razor Shoals. Nothing really that I want there. HP, and then Poseidon. Second wave, boons with knockaway effects shove foes multiple times. Kind of useless, honestly, because we can't really benefit from Tidal Dash anymore. Oh well, we'll take it, just because it's funny. Poseidon just being a total dick to us.
Upon my faith, you'll take not one more step toward the light of day.
Alright, I think Asterius is going to be a huge threat here, so I'm going to probably just ignore Theseus and let Asterius come over here, and we'll deal with him accordingly. I'm going to kite him to where Theseus hasn't done anything. Oh, hold on. Ah, shoot, I still got clipped by that. I was trying to avoid it.
You think you have the wherewithal to achieve victory?
Asterius getting caught on walls like that is really bad, because it makes it really hard to predict where he's going to land. I am trying my best to burst him down as quick as possible, but we lack the damage. Alright, Theseus, I can at least get some damage on you, and Asterius is done doing his... I thought Asterius was doing his spin attack, which is why I bailed out there. Alright, he's dashing. Thankfully, because we have so much slow, we can very easily keep up with them. Now he's going to do his spin move, so we're going to focus on Theseus a little bit. Or I'm going to get caught by Asterius there. Didn't actually get hit, thankfully. I am one shot from death by either of these two, so I've got to be extra careful. And now we have phase 2 Asterius. Oh, well, there's my Death Defiance. Okay. We're going to have to hope Athena shows up in Styx a little bit to give us some extra survivability. He's going to spin again, so I got to bail out. I should be using Lightning Phalanx a little bit more. I'm in a bad position. Oh, goodness. Asterius, stop spinning and just let me wail on you, please. Can I melt you before you do anything bad? No, I can't. Okay, we got to bail out. At least he's slow to the point that I can kind of get some free damage on him. Hades is going to be extremely rough if I don't get some Death Defiances in the bag soon.
You struck down the ball.
Theseus, on the other hand, because he's getting so slowed by the chilled effect, we can keep up with him fairly easily. Yeah. I regret to inform myself or recognize the fact that our damage is very lackluster. Oh, this is going to be really rough. I should not have taken Serrated Flurry. Or Serrated whatever it is, Serrated Slash. Just going to focus on dodging here. I can still damage him with Dash, so we're fine. I'm going to drop Boldy, honestly. I need to use him anyway, and we need the HP. Alright, so we've got one Boldy for a mini-boss. One Boldy for Hades himself.
5 seconds, right?
At least we...
For your support, my shade.
At the very least, we don't have Extreme Measures 4.
Enjoy yourselves.
I would not be leaving this run in victory with Extreme Measures 4 on. I don't know. I'm very prone to taking damage with this build. Maybe I take Acorn to block damage potential from Hades. Or Lucky Tooth. I think I've kind of talked myself into believing that Acorn is the better choice between this and Lucky Tooth, because Lucky Tooth basically blocks 2 to 3 hits from Hades. This blocks 5. It's just Acorn can be consumed by very light hitting moves too, but I think we'll take this for the survivability. Let's see. Oh, perfect. A Death Defiance. That's exactly what we need here. Anything to sell?
Any boons worth giving up?
Not really. Okay.
I can do this again.
Maybe the way I should play is, rather than starting with a dash strike, I hold my dashes for evasion, and then use my dash strikes when I'm trying to evade. Granted, I think we lose a lot of our iframes when we are using a dash attack, so I don't know for sure what the best option here is. Frankly, I don't play the Spear enough to know, like, how to use it properly on a defensive build. All I know is I'm probably going to stop taking Serrated Edge when I'm having a lackluster build. There's a high tier Zeus, could give us something very nice. No Athena, so we are not refunding any Death Defiances by her. We are seeing a Poseidon here. He is a mini-boss room, so I probably take him. Maybe I go for the Palm first. Nah, let's see what Poseidon has to offer. There's a small part of me that's hopeful maybe he'll offer us a trade. That would be nice. Not gonna happen, but would be nice. Oh, well, I think I got clipped by that trap. Thankfully, we don't have heightened security on, so we're only taking 14 damage from those traps instead of 150. Or I think those ones do like 75, 60 maybe damage. But either way, I will say I'm going to hate this room because the rats are going to be so or these rooms, because the rats are going to be so annoying just dropping poison, and I am a very close range melee build right now to get title dash to hit things. But like, if we against trash mobs, we seem to be doing a lot of damage because we can get title dash to hit them, but unfortunately I think a lot of our damage does come from title dash, which makes us a lot harder to contend with.
I'm empty.
I guess I don't have to dash attack to just kind of DPS these guys. Okay, this works, unless one spawns right next to me. No attacks.
No, you don't.
All right, we played that room very safe, but at least we didn't get hurt from it.
Wash away my boons.
Nothing to sell here. What happened? I guess I was given the option to sell both phalanx shot and the duo boon, lightning phalanx. I've never. I mean, it's kind of pointless to do that, right? Oh gosh, a giant satyr. All right, I think maybe I use my Boldy here. Oh gosh, I'm not dodging this. I had to be. I was like 1 frame or 1 second too late. Unfortunate. I think I definitely could have dodged that if I had timed it right. I just didn't. Ocean's Bounty does not give us HP. Boiling Point is useless because it charges up our God Gauge. We're gonna get hit. Alternatively, what do we have left to gain from Poseidon? Wave Pounding isn't terrible because that'll make us do more damage against bosses with our dash, which is a good portion of our. Wait, we want his duo with Zeus. What am I doing? Let's reroll.
How about some other boons instead?
Okay, I have some very strong words against Poseidon today. He is just not giving me anything I want. What did we do to make him so mad at us, though, really?
If I were a satyr sack, where would I be?
I mean, if we take the Demeter Chamber, she could offer us... What is it? Nourished Soul? Or I'm forgetting what it's called, but basically it's the boon that gives us a bunch of HP. So I'm going to take that if we don't get a 2-chamber sticks. I think it's better to take the mini-boss chambers because mini-bosses are honestly a lot easier to contend with than a giant room full of enemies that are spaced out and hard to, like, deal with all at once, especially if we get a whole bunch of satyrs, or I have to go dashing between traps that I don't really have a dash to deal with. So yeah, we'll deal with what we got. Now, I think I saw an anvil in the shop. There is the option of trying to trade for an anvil and getting rid of Serrated. It takes away 1 hammer boon and gives us 2 different ones. So I could potentially trade away Serrated jab, or Serrated dash, or whatever it's called. The biggest issue with that being, well, what if it hits flurry jab? Then I lose our biggest source of damage and have nothing to show for it. Oh gosh, there's a giant satyr off in the corner. I gotta be careful. All right, now that he's come to us, we can DPS him down really quick. I'm gonna focus on doing that instead of taking damage, or instead of dealing damage, or instead of focusing on the big rat is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, once we get
good enough to eat,
we have a lot of damage on our splash effects. Just not enough damage on our core damage. And here's a another instance of that. I guess I could really reroll here. I have 3 rerolls, and I'd rather see damage on the attack at this point, I think.
Hey, got anything else?
Zeus's 8 isn't a bad alternative, so I'll take that. 80, it basically increases our damage by a solid 50% at least, I would say. And all that coin means we can get another Zeus boon here. We're gonna go and buy that Zeus boon immediately because I think that will help us.
Cheers, mate.
All right, what is going to carry the run here that we could get from Zeus? Frankly, Sea Storm is useless. It's not going to do anything for us. We could get his legendary now. We could get Static Discharge, which will give us more damage. I think whatever we do, we need to get something that benefits our call. We are using our call fairly frequently, so maybe Billowing Strength, just a flat, pardon me, a flat 24% damage up is our best answer here. I think, yeah, we'll take this. So after using call for 15 seconds, deal 24% more damage. I think that's probably the most worthwhile purchase here, honestly. None of his duos really match up with what we need. We'll take the Demeter Chamber now and hope that she offers us a nice sizable heal to go along with whatever Satyr sack heal we get. Would be really unfortunate if this is one of those runs where we desperately need as short a sticks as possible and we get one of the 4 or 5 chamber sticks. But I wouldn't put it past this game. I would really, really, really like to not use up a Death Defiance before we get to Hades, because if we only have 1 Death Defiance for Hades, I'm going to have to play super safe, and we all know I'm very bad at that, and that's not the nature of the build that we currently have either. Tossed out a well-timed phalanx shot there to block that projectile and reflect it back at the satyr. Alright, moment of truth after this room. do we get any... Does this game give us even one lick of good RNG that can't be stymied by bad decision making? Okay, good.
No satyrs.
Take the satyr sack. All right, Demeter, what have you got? Stubborn Roots. I really think Stubborn Roots is a terrible boon, because I do not have a way of keeping myself alive where that trickling 1 HP matters. I honestly think that Nourish Soul will do more for us here because it heals 59, but I think I'm going to take it, and then at worst case scenario, I don't have tight deadline on. I can probably cheese out a win if I really need to play super safe on our last Death Defiance. I don't want to play it that way, but I can, and that's what's most important. We'll take the HP here for the survivability it gives. All right. I don't think it's worth taking any of these extra chambers. There's nothing immediately beneficial to doing so.
Fang-bearing Cerberus directs all 3 of its attentions toward the satyr sack.
Okay, so what I need to do is I need to make sure I play smart. I have ranged abilities. They're not going to do a lot in the way of damage. But I need to wait for patterns that leave Hades open. I can probably at least DPS his first phase fairly decently. But he got to keep in mind, he only has 2 phases, but he has 30% more HP in both phases. This is rough.
Would that you cleaned your chambers with the same devotion you show getting to these heights.
All right, so we start by just tossing out as many of our casts as possible to do some early damage, and if he throws Boiling Blood, it'll block it. Or not. We're going to try and keep his cast gems from being an issue as much as possible, and I do want to dash against him when I can. Since he's slowed, we have a decent chance of being able to evade a lot of his damage, or if I get Boiling Blood, we just bail out. We do not want to take... He can hit us for like 76 damage easy if we get hit by Boiling Blood and then one of his big sweeping swings. I want to get rid of the Shielder if I can, because it's going to be a pain later. Looks like we can melt his little friends fairly quickly enough. Alright, I've got a Boiling Blood on me. I'm going to kite him out. And now we can go ahead and deal some damage, drop another call. I probably save up for Greater Call for his second phase. But honestly, I tend to have more trouble with his first phase than his second. Conveniently, these landed next to each other, so I'm going to take them out. I am playing super safe, but I have to. At least until second phase, where I know I can kind of, like... I can DPS him fast enough to, like, kind of melt him through his second phase. Take out this archery ASAP. And ASAP was pretty quick, actually. What's his other friend? His other friend's an archer, too. Alright, we've got Greater Call. I probably pop it here since I have the I effectively use that Greater Call as a dodge because you have iframes when you use a Greater Call. So that lets us dodge that move, and it lasted just long enough to finish his first phase, so that's good. Alright, we're having a pretty clean Hades so far.
See you deal with this.
Alright. Now I've got him slowed, so I can probably keep the damage up, just... Oh, I forgot I have Acorn. I don't even need to worry about taking damage. Alright, we're just gonna go full monkey mode. Generate a Greater Call if I can, and then DPS the heck out of him. It looks like he's trying to use... No, he's trying to summon pots, which is great for us. It means we can get a lot of free damage on him, and there's the first half of his second phase. I think he's... Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we've got him. Easy peasy. Alright, drop a Boldy. He dodged. Alright, there we go. Honestly, a really clean Hades.
You broke through every one of my defenses once again.
The trick was to have none of my own.
There is no escape.
I want to point out the fact that we got a 2231 on this.
In the name of Hades.
Every enemy in this run had 30% more HP. We could have probably PB'd on the spear if we hadn't taken Calisthenics program. Unfortunately, Poseidon just refused to give us anything we wanted this entire run until it was too late. So I guess it's another Serrated Flurry build. I wasn't expecting to do one of those again because it was rough the last time I did it, but you can't knock the damage potential if nothing else. So let's see. Aspect of Zagreus, Epic Tier Frost Strike, Epic Tier, where is it? Swift Strike, Serrated, or Flurry Jab, Serrated Point, 105 win streak.
Excellent.
And let's go do our house roundup and call it a night. I'm going to go record some Pokemon after this one.
The master of this realm, Lord Hades, states that death is inescapable. There is considerable credence to his claim.
It's kind of funny. In the process of stockpiling videos in anticipation of resuming work soon, I have recorded maybe like 20 plus episodes of Hades, and I've recorded like 3 Pokemon. I think I know which game I want to play more, but
I'm back.
it's more so just I want to play.
Next time, right?
I always want to play like 1 round of Hades a day because I just enjoy playing it so much. And then usually Kiwi wakes up by the time I'm done with that first run.
Achieve. I'm sure of it.
So it's less that I don't want to play Pokemon and more that I want to play Hades more.
Excuse me, sorry, I just have to file this report. It's very late.
And I only have the time to record one or the other.
Always such an exhausting journey from Olympus down to here.
The other thing is, since I'm doing voice acting during the Pokemon playthrough,
Cerberus is too busy living in the lap of luxury to pay much heed.
my voice can only handle so many recordings. So yeah, I can record usually 2 Pokemon episodes in the time it takes to record 1 Hades, but that doesn't mean my voice can survive that. I mean, those episodes with the galactic grunts and especially Cyrus.
I must say, you made a hollow mockery of Theseus that time.
I think I've made a very fair case of this is not
Thank you for checking up on me, my friend, although I'm quite all right.
sustainable, but like a half hour's recording, I can do.
Cerberus in the spotlight.
I can do well enough at least. Let's see, gemstones for keys we'll take. I should probably go through the shop and buy what we have left. I think we're almost done, like, filling out the house, actually.
At last. Thank you for visiting me, child.
You're welcome. We already saw Persephone, so no one's going to be in her garden. All right. Let us go see what our next run is going to be around. Maybe it'll be another spear build, and we can try again. No, it's the shield.
Let's go with
Okay.
this one.
I have an idea for a build.
Multifaceted as anyone I know.
I'm probably going to regret it, but I want to give it a try. So with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for some more Hades fun.